Okay, so I'm going to show a earthworm demonstration here, so pretty straightforward. Take our earthworm out to start, it's in ethanol, then we can begin working on this. So we stretch it out, it's been 7% ethanol, so that should have just put it to sleep, anesthetized it. And what I'm doing is I'm putting it near the top. I'm actually going to flip this around, orientate it this way, and that will become apparent. And I want the dorsal side facing up, so I'm looking for that big blood vessel and the dark coloration. So I'll pin the front of the worm on around the second segment, and then I'll pin it about 2/3 of the way down the body, having stretched it out. Here we go. I'm going to put one in just about there. Yeah, and you'll note that the pins are always going in at an angle. And in fact, this pin over here at the back, I'm going to kind of bend it slightly to the side. There's a reason for that. It's that I'm going to be coming in cutting with scissors. So small little things like that make a big difference in the long run. Okay, so to start with, I need to make a little teeny tiny incision in order to get my scissors in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start down this end where there's no important organs. Just a little incision. There we go. Now hopefully I'll be able to slide my scissors into that hole and begin cutting forward. Right, so pointy end down. And often it's at this point that I shift over to using my microscope. Okay, let's see if we can get into this now. There we are. Oops, there we go. So, like I say, just small cuts. And I've got to make sure that going in, I really hold this very dorsally. There we are. Sliding it along under the microscope, very carefully. Cutting along the dorsal surface of the worm and sliding the scissors along and lifting up so that I don't disturb any of the internal structures. There we are. So I'm going to continue and then I'll start opening up. Okay, so the last remaining component for this, I've done some pins, is to demonstrate that the top of the organism needs further pinning. So the way to do them is to poke in from the side wall very carefully, ideally under a microscope, and then stretch out and then bend the pin back. Remember, bending the pin back gives you the visibility to then observe structures. So again, directly opposite on the other side, coming in and bending the body wall back. Okay, last little components.
Last call for any
There we are.
assignments, any pre-lab or
Last bend there,
lab assignments?
and the final component just here. Perfect. That's a fully exposed worm now, and I had done that previously down the section. If you're having issues cutting, you can also start putting out some pins, like I put these two here to enable me to cut to the very tip of the head region.